What's up, guys? My name is Rob, and this is Rob on the Run podcast, a running podcast for all healthy lifestyles. And today we have John. John, how you doing today?
I've had a surreal last couple of days. I really hope you ask me about it. I mean, we can talk about running and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't wait to talk to you.
Okay, you know what? I was gonna ask the easy questions, but I think we're gonna have to put those in the back burner. Tell me about your surreal week, day, month, year, whatever. Tell me.
So I'm headed to the gym last night.
Mm-hmm.
This giant fucking bird just flies across the street. I mean, it's a fucking joke. I mean, that's a joke, dude. Like, it just flew across the street, slams into my windshield. My windshield looks like Walter White's in Breaking Bad, man. It's smashed everywhere. I don't even know what to do. I just pull over. I'm like, what just happened? Like, I'm looking around for like a dead body. You know, I'm looking for like, I'm like, what did I just hit? Was it a kid? Was it a bird? Was it what? I couldn't tell anything. And there wasn't anything around. I was like, did that just even happen? But yeah, so I was headed to the gym and that happened. And I've got somebody that's going to repair it on Wednesday, but I've been driving around all day like that. So there's that. And then
tell me that you have pictures.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so you're gonna have to send me these.
I'll send them.
We need visuals. We need visuals.
Hold on. So so my buddy Donald that I'm a caregiver for, he had speech today.
Okay.
And we were using it as like an example for him to use his communication device, because it's hard to like always bust that thing out and be able to like be completely like accurate where stuff is, because it's, everything's on there. But as he was explaining it, I was making I made a Chat GPT movie about it. I'll just show you one picture from my movie that I made as Donald was talking about it. Yeah, it's pretty epic, man. I got my revenge on the birds, but they definitely did drag me out of the car and take me to my net, or take me to their nest.
Oh wow!
I'll just take it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was some epic stuff right there. I had to do something though. Hold up. Do you like Chat GPT? Like,
I use it all the time because I suck at writing anything.
I try to do it for writing because I think that's going to just. There's many things that the computers are going to take away from us. Writing, I think, is one of them. But like, I mainly use it for stuff like this. Can you see this? Do I have it like
a little bit lower, lower?
Lower. Can you see that?
Where you got the camera?
Oh, wait, right there. Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit lower. All right.
Can you see that?
No, it's the glare. I think.
All right, can you see that now?
No, I can't. It's a little.
All right, hold on. What about now?
A little bit lower. Is the opacity all the way up?
Hold on. Actually, wait. There we go.
Okay, now I can see it. Oh my god.
So, yeah, that's when it took me over. But dude, I got revenge on those fuckers, dude. What's this? Yeah, we had the epic Rambo fight, dude.
Oh my god. You definitely have to send me some of those if you don't mind, so we can put them on the podcast. That'd be amazing, dude.
This one's funny too. I asked it to make me fight the bird initially that broke my windshield.
Yeah.
Look what it did. It had us like don't cross the streams. Oh no, just watch out. Be careful. It's like Ghostbusters, dude.
Yeah. Damn, dude. That's actually pretty epic, man. I definitely think we need to add that to the podcast.
Just make that the picture for like Instagram. Just put that shit on there. I'll send it to you right after this, man. Don't worry about running. Just have me fighting.
It's not running.
Fighting birds, dude, because that's what I do. It's more important to fight birds than run sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? But still, I think the running still comes in, because after fighting birds, they're probably going to come with their posse, and you got to run from that, dude.
You have to run and gun, man, because when you got all of them chasing you, they're going to be dive bombing. You got to be like, you actually have to do like actual like sports moves and like doing like some barrel rolls. And shit.
Exactly.
You got to be on your feet. You got to be quick.
Do you do that for training purposes? Then is that how you train? Then
what's that?
Piss off birds, and then
dude, birds. I've hit deer before. Unfortunately, you'd never want that to happen. But a fucking bird, dude, a bird. Like, what's the chances? And it sucked too, because like there was a car coming in the other lane, like in the left lane towards me. So like I couldn't get over, and even if I did, like, what's gonna happen? The bird's still gonna hit me.
Yeah,
I could have slammed on my brakes, but there's a dude behind me like tailgating me. There was no solution, man. I had to hit the bird. The bird had to go down, and so did my windshield, and then I became Heisenberg, and that's my day.
Oh my god, that's yesterday. That's awesome, dude. That's epic, and yeah, I don't think I've ever hit a bird. Yeah, that's it's hard to do that.
Yeah, it takes precision, so just to kind of bring it back to running, that's kind of been my 2025 right there. Like somehow, precisely, I completely smashed into a bird, and I'm going to relate that to injury and just all a bunch of other stuff that's happened with me. But like, yeah, I hit the
I like
bird,
it.
bro. I fucking hit the bird.
Wow, wow. I've actually run over a cat,
Oh,
and that's kind of hard too.
that sucks.
But it broke my heart. I went
I
super
know.
slow. Like I saw him pass and I was like, he's probably just gonna book it, so I'll slow down. And I slowed and I slowed and the cat was playing chicken with me. By the time I realized, yeah, I hit him. Of
Dude, I
course I got
wasn't.
off and I took him to the vet, but you know,
Uh,
he just couldn't make it.
dude, so like we're gonna make this a sad pod now. I wasn't gonna even bring this up. I like repressed this memory or whatever. I tucked it away deep in the bank, but my
Yeah.
cat just died, man. I
Oh my
18
God.
18-year-old cat. It was like a family member. Freaking died, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
put it down.
Of
It
course.
sucked. It sucked, man, because like, yeah, to make a decision like that, it was awful. But like it was,
Yeah.
of course the humane thing, dude. They found a tumor.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, cats, man, cats and dogs, dude. Like they're yeah, those are the real ones, man. If you lose them, it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah,
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 you
no,
never.
we just went through some grieving. Well, still kind of grieving. A good friend of mine, she lost her dog that she had for 12, almost 13 years, and he was healthy, and then just one day to another, he also had some sort of tumor or cancer, and it turned from the worst in days to
Yeah,
where she had to make the decision as well, and you know, the beautiful part about animals, dude, I swear to God. And again, we're not trying to make this into a sad podcast,
this
but
is
it's
now
true,
this is
man.
now an animal pod. We're not doing running
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
This is actually an animal podcast.
I am completely changing it. We're now a animal apparently cruelty to animals, you know what, you know, something like
Dude,
that.
PETA is totally gonna shut this shit down. Your podcast is you're canceled. This thing's over.
That's
Game
over.
over, man. Game over, bro.
Okay, well, if it's gonna be over, I'm going down burning,
Yeah,
okay?
just let's talk about let's talk about the vaccine. Let's just throw everything else
Yeah,
out there
let's
while we're
just
at it.
throw it,
Fuck
you
it,
know,
let's just go hard,
at this
man.
point, yeah, man. But you know, going back to the dog, you know, it's crazy how much dogs or animals, cats, dogs, you know, make a big influence in some people's life because when they were going to put them down, a lot of people, like 30, 20 people showed up to the hospital to pay their respects for Jameson was his name, and even the hospital said we've never had so many people come and visit one dog only. So you know that's to me that's a testament of how much these animals could make a big difference in your life. You know what I mean?
Can I have a counter to that?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so my counter is this though: is that completely though? And I totally agree with your opinion, or I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't even say opinion. That should be just like that should be normal. But or do we detest humans that much that we have to we care about dogs more? I really think we do at this point.
You know what? Yes. I love my dog. I have a dog. His name is Dexter. He just turned 3 years old a couple days, and I sometimes love him more than my siblings and stuff like that, dude. You know, it's. I've been a dog
Oh,
lover since I
they're
was a
pure,
kid.
dude. They're pure. They're not evil. They don't have like ill will or bad intent.
No,
They're
no.
just they're cool. They're nice.
They will sacrifice anything just for attention. You
Yeah, to
know?
get a pet or like a walk, like a fucking walk, dude. That's all they
Yeah,
want, like a walk.
yeah.
Like a human, you say, "Hey, I'm gonna walk with you." They're like, "No, I don't want to walk. I don't want to do any of that shit. Get away from me." Yeah,
Yeah,
they're nice.
exactly. But yeah, dude, it's amazing how much that dog made a big difference. My dog has made a big difference for me in my mental health. You know, he's kind of like my service dog without the real title. You know, but he's with me 24/7. I work here from home, so I'm his constant as well, and he's my constant, dude. So I love my dog more than my sibling, and I only have one sibling, so he's screwed, you know.
Yeah,
But it is like that, and he knows that. He knows that I love my dog so much. So it's not. I'm not saying anything that he doesn't know, man.
I know. And you understand. I mean, yeah, that's a real bond, man.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
it's special.
yeah, yeah.
Not that human relationships aren't, of course, but
But yeah, it's different. It's different.
It
It's
is.
definitely different, man. But you know what? Let's try to
All
rail
right.
back
Let's right the
to
ship. Let's get that
hopefully
course.
I can fix it and edit and do a little magic or something. I don't edit my videos, dude. I don't. I just put
No,
them
you
the
should,
way they are.
and you shouldn't. Just let it free. Just let it flow, dude. Just let it flow.
No, I leave it the way they are. I don't care. Um, let's go and ask the most lame and easy and most popular question that you probably would get. How did your running journey start?
Divorce.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
basically, I was in a really shitty place,
Hmm.
and I needed something, and I'd always wanted to train for a marathon. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, I always wanted to do a marathon. But I think I said it like that just because I think more of the training, I just needed something to grind on instead of
Okay.
thinking about like legal fees and the situation with my daughter and custody and like that
Hmm.
stuff. It
Hmm.
will eat you alive. So I just needed something to like distract myself from all that poison. So
Yeah.
yeah, trained for a marathon, loved it, kept on signing up for races after that. And yeah, man, I never looked back. Just kept going.
Nice, nice. And you know what? Divorce, I know how it is. I was on the better side of the divorce for me because my wife at the time cheated on me and
That
it got
sucks,
really
man.
bad. It was like a Mexican novela. I mean, it's been years. I'm already past and through and everything, but imagine a Mexican novela where the wife of the person that she's cheating showed up to my house
Oh,
and she knocked and she's like, I don't know how to say this, but your wife is cheating on you with my
so
husband.
this is messed up, man. Like so I was in the Navy, and like
Yeah,
this is one of the reasons I got out of the Navy. And I mean,
yeah,
it was a cool life when I was in my 20s and stuff.
yeah,
I saw that happen constantly. Like on like they would come to the ship like spouses and be like, hey, like it was just disgusting, man. Like I mean, I don't care what, if that's your thing in
yeah,
life, if
yeah,
you want to hook up with a bunch of people, cool. But
yeah,
like, I'm chill, man. I just really just want to run, take care of my kid, just be healthy,
exactly.
have like have like a mildly normal relationship with like a human, not an animal, but a human. And,
Yeah, yeah.
it's so like, I don't know, man. I just want normal shit in life, dude. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I'm with you, man. After my divorce, I didn't start running, but then I started seeing life in a different perspective, And one thing that I always told myself is that I was gonna try to live a drama-free life,
Yes. Yes.
and that meant that I was not gonna be part of gossip.
Hmm.
And most people that know me, when they tell me, "Oh, I did you know this about that person?" I tell them, "No, I don't want to know, and the least I know is better for me."
Let,
So
let, let
yeah,
me ask you this, man.
yeah.
Like, what's your take on run clubs? If you're like, so I'm gonna throw this out there.
Yeah.
I used to be like a big fan of them.
Hmm.
I'm like more like the solo. I'm like more solo now. Like I just I don't like running with people anymore, really, except for like a handful of people. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, especially like recovering from injuries and stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much ego in running right now because like social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of toxic, man. And like I'll even throw this out there.
Hmm.
People like that know that I run a lot, and like when I get injured, I just take care of like my injury and stuff like that. I swim, I do other stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that people look on Strava and try to compare and stuff like that and talk about it like that.
It
I think it's like
happens. Yeah.
it's so. I don't want to throw out like words like loser, but I'm gonna throw out there. They're fucking losers, man. I can't help it. I'm sorry. If you're gonna look at time, if you're gonna look at times and stuff like that, and you're gonna
Yeah.
wait till somebody gets injured to talk shit, I mean,
Yeah.
like you're a fucking loser. Like straight up, man.
No, 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 you're right. You're
I,
right. And there are people like that everywhere,
I know.
and I've heard about people that, go and find the segments that you ran just to run it faster and
Oh,
then
I
put it on
Oh,
blast, you
those
know?
dudes are all over where I live, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, to me, it's like this: if you're gonna do something like that, cool. That's competition, though. But if you're just gonna like sit around and talk shit when somebody's hurt, I mean,
Yeah.
like that makes me just want to put everything on private and just like again, just like run like just run by myself forever.
No, I like run clubs. I know what you're talking about because I've seen that drama. I
Yeah.
stay away from it. I do choose the run groups that are more about having fun,
Hmm.
that are drama free. And it's never 100% drama free. There's
No.
always going to be something. But I choose the people that go out there to have fun.
Hmm.
And luckily I found a couple. I've been on a couple that are, not that. But I definitely see that. I've seen it before in other run groups. So I get what you're saying. I was a very solo runner, especially after COVID. I
Yeah.
would run a lot by myself, and I still do. I still do, man. When I'm training for a marathon, for the most part, 80% of my runs are by myself, and they're therapeutic for me.
Well, that's where I'm at right now. Like
Hmm.
basically, I think I ran too much. So like just some backstory why like I blew up like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm just angry at like running with people because like when you have that when you're running with that many people and you let all those other egos get in your head,
Hmm.
especially like I said, I came from running from like divorce and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
use that as meditation as I'm not like practicing steps. I'm a former alcoholic. Well, I'm an alcoholic, but like yeah, there's no former I am. But dude, like I never did the steps or anything. Like basically like I got in trouble for DUI a couple times, and like the legal system pretty much put a squash on that. But
Yeah.
I was like pissed off, so I was like, I'm not doing these fucking steps or that shit. So like, basically, I just use the legal system to get sober. But like, running's a big part of like keeping sober, and of course, my daughter and being a good example for her.
Yeah.
But, it took me till this year to really kind of connect the dots on that because like I need to run solo a lot just for my own meditation. I think when
Yeah.
I run with too many people, too much shit gets up in there, man. And then like
Yeah.
it's easy to like blow up on people, resentments, just like I mean, that's just shouldn't even like bother me at all, but like
Yeah.
just like when you hear people talking like that, it's just like I just need to be away from I just need to run alone.
No, I get you, man. I get you 100%. Sometimes the egos get as much as you don't want them to get to you. It's we're human,
Yeah.
we can only take so much, and sometimes that is good that you're doing it on your own. I do it on my own because that, like I mentioned to me, is therapeutic. It's that
It
my
is.
time to think about my how my day has been going, my week, what do I need to do,
And also, I
and
think it's good with creative stuff. I mean, like
mhm.
if you got stuff going on like that, if you're running with other people, I think too much of that, for me anyway, too much of that stuff gets in and it affects your work. So like, I
Yeah,
like to just go alone and just like, I'll even like bring sometimes like I usually don't like running with phones and stuff like that, but I
yeah.
sometimes like having a phone just in case. If I think of an idea for
Hmm.
something, I'll just like
Hmm.
write it down there, like my writing or whatever the case is. I
Yeah.
think it really helps the creative process just being by yourself like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I get you because that's where I'm thinking about, like, who do I want to bring as a guest? What
Mhm.
if there's a segment that I want to add, or maybe something else that I want to do? So I also I bring my phone more for, especially on long runs, obviously for security, just to make sure that I have a means to make a call if I break my leg or something.
Help,
But
help me.
yeah, SOS, come on, but most of the time I'll get my phone, and if I think about something, I'll stop and look what I'm looking for the podcast, and continue, because I'll forget it. If I wait till
Oh
I get to
yeah.
the car, it's gone. It's
Yeah,
completely gone.
I've had some times where I had like the best idea on like a 20-mile trail run where it like took
Yeah.
forever, and then like when I get back, gone. I'm like, oh my god, what was it? I gotta remember some part of it, and yeah,
Yeah.
just completely gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sucks.
So it's I love my alone time too, man. As much as I like to socialize and laugh and joke and have fun with like-minded friends that I've made, I also like that time to kind of decompress and just be on my own. It's nice. It's very, very nice
It's
as well.
healthy.
So I try to keep a balance. For me, it's about 75-85% alone, and then the rest is the fun runs, the
Yeah.
run 3 miles and get a beer or something like that. So that's when I do that, man. But it works different in every person, man.
Yeah.
But I get you 100%, because I've seen so much drama lately, especially when people start dating each other in the same
Well,
run group.
well, dude. So like that,
Yeah.
I got mixed up in that, and it really, for anybody that's thinking about that, just think really hard on that because
Hmm.
there's a lot of moving pieces that you don't
It's like
really.
dating the coworker, kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, but the problem is people are so like they're using them like Tinder or something now. And I get it. It's a real easy way to meet fit people that are like, happy and stuff like that. But just be careful because I mean, especially you share your routes, you share like all your races that you like,
Yeah, yeah.
what's going to happen is it's going to get really awkward and you're going to lose friends ultimately. Just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk much on it more than that. Just be careful, people out there. You don't want to get into all that shit.
It is what it is, man. And I put it as you dating a coworker, because in a way it is.
It is. It totally
Because
is.
if you meet that person in the same run group that you both go, one of them will have to make the decision of who's gonna not go anymore, or something like that. It never ends very well, to
It
say
does.
this,
It doesn't end well unless. Yeah. No, it doesn't. Unless no, it never ends well. No. Yeah. It's tough, man. Like honestly, like I always wanted to date a runner until I actually did, and like it's like the best thing and the worst thing in the world. But
Yeah.
now, like I don't ever want to date a runner again. Like that's like a red flag if they are a runner. You're a runner. Oh, okay. Well, you're really cool. This is a
I'll
really
call you
cool
back.
experience.
I'll call you back.
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. See you later.
No, it's I dated a runner, or I'm dating a runner. I'm about to get married,
Well, that's
but
good.
we're both in our 40s, so we if this doesn't work, then I'm probably gonna have to try finding someone
Well,
playing rugby or something like
so
that.
dude, that's a funny story. So I'm 45. Yeah,
Yeah,
the person I was 40. Yeah, that is like, especially if you've like been in that run club for like years and years, dude. Like that is like a hard restart right there, man. Like
yeah,
just wow, wow. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of cool stuff I'm going to be trying to do. Like I'm trying to get into Badwater 135. I'm trying to.
nice.
I've got a lot of injury to overcome this year, and like I've got a 100 miler later in the year. I gave myself plenty of room because I've got a lot of shit to work out, man. I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
coming off multiple injuries last year. I had freaking pneumonia like in the beginning of the year.
Oh
I had like
wow.
I couldn't get over sickness and then injury, and then they just keep popping up. That is like the most saddest time for a runner when you keep getting the injuries over and over again, and just like
Yeah,
when will this end? Because
yeah.
like, dude, like so like I've been kind of like not be able to run that good for the last 2 weeks. Like
Uh-huh.
I got 13 miles only last week. This week I don't
Okay.
even know what I'm gonna get, but like prior to that, I was starting to do real good, man. Like 70 miles, 70, like
Dang.
80, 100 one week. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm back, baby. And then like, dude, to go like from that high, like I've got this master to freaking like, not even be able to run like over 20 miles a week. Dude, that fucking sucks,
Oh
man.
yeah.
But, like
Yeah.
I gave myself a big enough buffer, I think, to work a lot of this stuff out. And I'm going
Yeah.
to a PT. I've got a list of exercises to do.
But do you
I
do
want to
them?
get
Are
I
you
want to get
doing
out there
them?
and run.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so you just said you're gonna do 100 miles. Which
Yeah.
which which one is it?
So there's this one locally here. It's the Devil Dog 100 at Prince William Forest. I've done. So this is funny. I've finished it twice. I've DNF'd it twice, and
Nice.
yeah, it's mainly the weather. That's what gets me there because like it's in December. You
Okay.
might get snow. It might rain for 3 hours. Three
Yeah.
plus hours on the during the race.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. The course isn't even that hard. It's not in the mountains or anything, but it's just like it's a loop course. I think it's like I think the first loop's a little bit longer, but the loops are like they're just real monotonous. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's easy on a loop course like that to quit. So
Is it a
yeah,
technical course? Is there a lot of
not really.
elevation?
There's a lot of running on it though. I think that's what gets a lot of people because like there's I mean it's majority single track trail, but there's some like fire road on it.
Okay.
So like I mean you can burn out pretty quick. And I think that's usually what gets me on it. I'll go fast the first couple loops and then just freaking die the rest of it. Like turn into like the night walker.
So
Like
so
my
you
pacer's like, John, you can run.
yeah.
Usually like my pacers are like, John, you can run now. And I'm like, I am. I'm
This is
this
this is
30
this
minute
is
walk
me
before I
running.
run. This is happening. They're like, come on, John. What are you doing? I need to get this running.
This is me running right now. That's
This is me.
awesome.
I'm sprinting right now. I'm Usain Bolt right now. Look at me. Check me.
Yeah, yeah, but you're really going like 22-minute pace or something
Oh,
like that.
slower. Or I'm like sleeping in the dirt. And they're
Yeah.
like, wake the fuck up, John. Come on. You're embarrassing yourself. They kick me. They poke me with a stick. Do something like the
Oh
memes.
my
Do
God.
something, John.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But so it sounds to me that you're more of a trail runner than a road runner, or a little bit of both.
So I think that's what kind of got me like injured. The last few years, I've just been doing a lot of both. Like I'm
Hmm.
so dumb. Like I would be doing like, let's do this really technical 100 miler
Yeah,
and then do like, try to go sub 20 on this 5K. That's the kind of dumbass I am. So like
yeah,
what I want to do, there's a couple like marathons and stuff I want to go fast on still, but
yeah.
ultimately I need to get that 100 done. So like, just so look like I wasn't like completely slacking this year to try to get the bad water. Yeah,
And
I don't.
you said you DNF'd on those two that race twice. How
Yeah.
far did you get?
Oh Jesus! Both times I want to say like
okay, the first time I DNF'd, I think I got to like it was past the 50-mile mark, but the second
Okay.
time it started raining for like 4 hours, and like sometimes it, like in the rain, and this doesn't sound like like a big bad ultra runner at all, but like if it's just like raining constantly and I'm getting like soaked through like a poncho and a raincoat and stuff like that, I'm
Yeah.
out, man. I'm sorry, I'm fucking out. I mean, this year for rains, I'm going to do it just because I haven't done that many races and I need to get 100 in. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like in the past, if it's been raining, if it rains for like constantly, I'm like, what do I got to prove? I've done a bunch of hundreds. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I shouldn't have the mentality. Nobody out there have that mentality.
Is
Just try
is
to finish
it
races.
is it cold? Like where are you located actually?
So I'm in Virginia. December. So December here is weird.
Okay.
We could have an 80-degree day, or we could have
Hmm.
like like a 10-degree day. Like it's just it's kind of all over the place. I've done this
Yeah.
race sometimes in shorts, or
Hmm.
like I have to wear like just all the layers. It's just a
Hmm.
this area is strange. It's really hard to predict.
Yeah.
That's why like I was just recently in Florida a few weeks back. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it was so awesome. Every day was like 70. Got a
Yeah.
tan there. I get back over here. I get injured like within like 2 weeks, and it's like it's messed up weather. It's like 40 one day, 80 the next.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Virginia, I don't know. It's a great. There's a lot of cool runners here, and there's a good running community. But
Yeah.
and there's a lot of free races. Like a lot, just an awesome place to live.
Oh,
But
really?
the weather here is just wild, man. That's my biggest
Well,
complaint
I
about
can
this.
see why you would like if it's raining and then it's, freaking cold, which I hate the
Yeah,
cold
it
weather.
sucks.
Then yeah, I would have quit too, man, because that's the worst combination. It's raining and it's cold, and you're
Yeah,
probably getting icicles where you don't want icicles,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't know. Like, there's what I think part of my like problem is that, and I got to get tougher about this. Just that I've done a lot of races, and if it gets like that, I'm just like, what do I got to prove? I've already done
Yeah,
this
yeah.
before. But at the same time, though, I shouldn't have that mentality. I should still want to do that stuff, and that's why I'm also signing up for less races. I'm doing more stuff with my daughter because she's in dance and stuff like that.
Okay.
I can't be doing an ultra every weekend.
Just
I
bring
mean,
her along, man. Bring her along. Bring
I
her
mean,
along.
some parents are like that too, man. Like, or like even worse, like they just don't hang out with their kid. They're like, oh, I've got to go cruise. I got to go crew my friend on this 100 miler or something like that. That's cool and all, but like,
Yeah,
I had to change a lot of things in my life about
yeah.
like doing that stuff because like my daughter's 11.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
doing competitions and stuff like that. I mean that you're not going to get that time back. You can run races later on, and
Yeah, yeah. No, I
I've
get
done.
you. I was a single father for a long time,
It's tough, man.
and it's tough. If it was a boy, it would have been much easier, But having a daughter just like you, there's a lot of things that as a father I don't understand. Like one of them, I sucked at making like hairdos, and she wanted even just a ponytail. It looked horrible. But
Dude,
she would always tell me, "Hey, it looks awesome, Dad." But in reality, it sucked.
well,
You know?
my daughter was cool with that too. Like, yeah, I would like try like the best I could, and then
Yeah,
now she's 11, and she's like, yeah, she's
yeah.
11 teen. That's how I like to say it. She's 11 teen. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
wow. I'm in trouble, man. I'm in deep.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Let
in.
me let
I'm
me
in.
prepare it to you. Mine's 18, so she's already an adult, and I can kick her ass out of the house if she doesn't listen to me. But let me prepare you. If
Well, no. So
11 to
let,
like
let
15,
me
16. Oh my God.
let me tell you this.
Yeah,
So I've dated people with kids, and
yeah,
like that's something I don't understand, man. Especially
yeah.
with runners. Like I don't know, man. I don't get it. Like it's kind of tough. Like I want to spend like a lot of time with my kid. And I think like I went through a weird transition. Like so like when I started running until like 44, man, like I was heavily into running, and
Mm-hmm.
I still try to manage that, and I struggled so bad, especially like between like 2021 to basically now. Like
Okay.
dude, I struggled mightily, especially like dating people and stuff like that. Like I just I couldn't make the balance, man. So like
It's
ultimately
hard.
that's where I'm
It's
at
hard.
now. And I think it has a lot to do with injury and stuff like stress. I just I could never figure out the right way to manage. Like how do you manage that? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you have the only right decision to me is your kid,
yeah,
and
yeah.
no matter what, I feel like you're going to be the bad guy in somebody's eyes.
No matter what, man. No matter what. If you're not a bad guy to your daughter, you're a bad guy to someone. So you can't please everybody. So the better one to please is your child.
That's
And
that.
and she's in a very important age in her life,
Yeah.
where she's kind of learning herself, learning, her value. And the worst thing you can do is ditch her for a 100 miler or pacing somebody, because at that age they don't understand that, you also deserve to have your fun.
Mhm.
They always will take it like, he just doesn't want to spend time with me, which in their way I completely understand. I'm not trying to knock them, and that's why sometimes it's hard to make those decisions. But
Well, dude,
yeah, I
for like,
commend you, because a lot of dads, let alone single dads,
I know
um,
they'll
don't
do
make
any, they'll
don't do
do
that.
anything just to find somebody. I'm just like, my kid's more important. But then also like for if oh my god, for running, and if you're in a relationship, like picking race schedule,
Hmm.
dude. So like my daughter's dance schedule, like every single like race I used to do, it falls on that time, and I'll sign up for races, and then I'll be like, they'll tell me like a month before,
Yeah.
like yeah, that's the same weekend. So like I've driven like ex girlfriends crazy with that stuff, and like
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. Yeah.
dude, it sucks. It's brutal. And you know what? I mean, like that's part of my thing. Like, I don't want to date a runner. I don't want to do that bullshit. If I have a couple races throughout the year that doesn't fall on that stuff, cool. Or if I have like one that does, like a big race, like if I get into Badwater, like my family understands I want to get in that race forever, so like they
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
understand that. But like just to do like a freaking like marathon that I could do anytime,
Yeah.
like it's
Well,
such a hard
Badwater
balance.
is such a hard race to even get in.
Yeah, I'm
So
hoping
if
that.
if that happens,
Yeah.
it's one of those one and dones, kind of like you're not gonna do it every
Mhm.
year and neglect that time around every year of your daughter. It will probably be once that you do it, or maybe a couple times in between. But it's okay if you do that. But when the priority is more on one thing and not your kids, then yeah, that could be a big problem.
I think that's what I'm aiming for, man. I've been trying to like balance that for a long time, but like what I think I want to do is just I've got a couple races this year to like tune up, but then after that, try to do like one or two a year that
Hmm.
like just a couple that don't fall on any thing that she's doing, any of
Yeah,
those dates, just
yeah,
like
yeah,
bucket list races. Because at this point, I'm 45, man. I've done a lot of races,
yeah.
and I'm to the point now I just want to do like trap, like just cool stuff, man. Just stuff that I've always been wanting to do, and just use that as a vacation, but not do excessively. Just run by myself for like mental health and stuff like that, to
Yeah, yeah.
meditate, and then just do like one or two races a year
Well,
that will
and you never
fill me.
know. You never know, John. You never know. Maybe right now your daughter's 11. When she hits like maybe 14, 15, you can start introducing her to like trails, like go out on a vacation to a nice national park,
Yeah,
and you
I'm gonna be
never
honest
know.
with
You
you.
never know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, so
Yeah.
like she used to do like the fun runs and 5Ks and stuff like that, but like
Hmm.
she's all into dance. Like I can't get her to do like racing anymore. Yeah, I mean like that's just what it is. Like once you find your sport like that, it's like
Hmm.
I have to tell myself it's like me with running. Like
Yeah.
it's like somebody saying like, "Hey, let's go play rugby" or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck rugby, rugby.
Yeah.
I want to go run. That's my sport." I mean, like I'm rehabbing and stuff like now
Yeah.
with like IT band issues, and
Yeah.
I've been having to swim and go on like the bicycle and stuff like that, dude.
Hmm.
That shit sucks, man. I want to do my sport. I don't want to do the other shit.
So
I mean,
tell me the truth, John. Are you since you're swimming, are you doing synchronized swimming? Is that what you're doing?
I might as well,
Don't
dude.
don't lie to me.
No,
Don't
no,
lie to me. I will find
dude,
out.
If you see, I should record myself swimming. If you saw footage of me swimming, you would die laughing. I mean, like, you can just be like, "Oh, that guy's an injured runner just in the pool to do some rehab." Like, it's one of those situations. Like, "Oh, that dude, this isn't his sport.
Yeah.
He's just in
Yeah.
there."
Yeah, he's got to do that because that's all he can do. He can't run, so he's got to find something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I always have like this pissed off look on my face. Like, it's very transparent. Like, everyone's like, "Ooh, ooh."
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah,
God. That's crazy. But you said you have done several or a lot of races.
yeah.
Um, how many 100 milers have you ran and completed?
Oof,
Ballpark. If you don't remember ballpark.
14, 15. I mean,
Nice.
like, I like 100-mile races. I've DNF'd a lot of them. I've DNF'd a lot of them too. But I mean, like, I've done a lot of crazy races. I've done,
Ain't no shame, man. Ain't no
yeah,
shame at all.
yeah. I mean, like, I seek out some pretty crazy ones. Like, uh, like Manitou's Revenge, Barkley Fall Classic, all those like wild ones where you're just
Yeah.
like not even running, you're just sliding down mountains and shit. I love them.
That's
They're fun.
awesome, dude. That's awesome. But like I said, there's no shame, man, because um, it takes a special person to even, do these races, not anyone can do it, and for you to even do it and go out there and run 50 miles, like you said, in one of that you DNF, that's
Yeah.
50 miles that most people can't do. If most
Yeah.
people can't do 26 miles, let
Well,
alone 50,
the humbling thing about the sport, like, and I think anyone that will tell you this that's ran a bunch, yeah, and you know this, man, like,
Yeah.
basically, like, I question like how I did it, like, like when you get injured, stuff like that, like, whoa, how was I that motivated to do 40 freaking ultras in a year or something like that, or whatever the case is, like I'm such like I have such an addictive personality. Like if you look at my ultra
Same.
sign up, yeah, if you look at it, it basically like you'll be like, what the hell was he doing? He did 2 ultras in one weekend. Like you'll see shit like that, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
like looking back, I don't know what motivated me that much
Yeah.
to make me want to do that kind of crazy shit. And if I was like if I didn't have a daughter, I mean I don't know if I'd be doing that same stuff still now at 45. It's just weird, man. It's kind of weird to reevaluate everything and just see where you're at. It's
I think at least for me, I know why I do crazy shit. Basically, I finally gave up to the reason that I enjoy being in pain. Like I enjoy putting my body in pain because I will sign up like what was it? A couple years ago, I did like 3 marathons in 3 months. And it's not compared to what you just said, 2 ultras in a weekend, but
I'm a complete idiot.
I didn't want to say it, but you
No,
said it first.
no, but like you're saying, there is, yeah, I've told this to people before. Like, I don't think I feel this way now, but at the time,
Yeah.
I think there was some like real made, and this is why like I don't agree with people saying like running is like it completely checks the buckets for therapy and stuff like that. That's bullshit because like I really think that I wanted to hurt myself basically after the divorce and stuff. I think there's some really dark stuff that comes with like a breakup or divorce that
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that kind of stuff unchecked. If you're just like out there in the running community, like, dude, you're unhinged. You're a lunatic. Yeah, stop trying to hurt yourself and go to therapy. Don't
Yeah.
don't think running's going to solve all your
It
problems.
definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't, but it definitely helps in a way.
It's
It helps, but
it's like that meme.
it's not everything. Yeah.
It's like that freaking meme with the guy. What's his name? The Sham Wow guy or whatever. Like,
Oh yeah.
he slaps the tape on there. Like,
Mhm.
he slaps that tape on there, and to prevent the water from coming out. That's
Yeah.
basically what running is for a lot of people, in my opinion. I mean, it was for me, and it
Yeah.
worked for a long time. But like, once some real, to me, it's like this. Once some real shit happens, or like your kid gets older or something, like you really get put to the test.
Yeah.
You find out quickly how fast that crumbles. It's not running is definitely not a solution to all your problems. You need to find other
Not at all.
avenues.
Yeah, not at all. It's an avenue for something, but not you can't rely on it fixing everything because there's some things that need to be fixed in different ways that running
Mhm.
can't. So no, I get you. I get you 100%. But it helps. It definitely does
Oh
help,
yeah.
but it's not all,
It's not an end all.
Mhm.
It helps. Yeah, it helps you out, but you got to do other. You got to also take care of yourself in other avenues. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. And that's something that I learned. And although I still run and I still put my body in pain, I know that there's other things that I do with running with my fiance, with my daughter, that does not involve running, that it involves getting to know them more,
Yeah.
talking and finding out how they're doing and stuff like that,
Not just like we have
definitely.
to sign up for this race. We have
Yeah,
to get ultra
yeah,
signed up by midnight.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
What are you
exactly.
doing?
What are you doing? Talking about your feelings? No. We got to sign up.
Stop that shit. We got to go on. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like when I dated runners, that was like, yeah, it was a lot of it was just that. And then when you actually have to talk and like work things out, it's just like a fucking nightmare, dude. Like, what the hell have I got myself to do? I'm living with this person. Oh my God. What am I? How why? What?
Yeah, yeah. No, I luckily think I got the right one. She's a runner, but she is very supportive of my bad decisions.
That's good.
I'll put it very, very bluntly and straightforward because I am a open book. I proposed to her 3 years ago. And of course, we wanted to get married and do the whole thing. And the last 3 years, I signed up for Berlin, and then I signed up for New York and Chicago. And so the wedding took back seat, and so it was my fault, but she was okay with it.
It sounds
We're
cool.
getting married this year for sure, but I think I got one of those that is okay. So I lucked out, I guess, but definitely she's the reason why she got me into it. So it's her fault to begin with because I
Well,
wasn't a runner when I met her. So now
I think
it's her
that's
fault.
but I think that's healthy though, man. I mean, like, I don't understand why. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure with that stuff to like just get married. I mean, like, I know that in your 40s, time is fleeting and all that stuff. But I mean, like, I think if you just like if you just jump right into something, and just don't take the time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just taking it easy. You don't need to go
Yeah.
that fast because ultimately, it's just going to be the same shit. I mean, like, there's no reason to just to rush it like that.
But I
It's
think
like,
with age that also helps, because when you're young and dumb and
no,
you're in your
dude, I
20,
think people in their
25.
40s are crazier, dude. I really do.
Really?
Yeah, because they think that they got one foot in the grave already. They're like, I gotta utilize all my
Oh my
time and blah
God.
blah blah, dude. I think they're way crazier, man. They want to rush it. That's why I
What's
look
going
at it.
on over there in Virginia, huh?
Dude,
Something's going on.
people be wild. People be wild. No, I'm like this, man. I need to take things slow. And I can't be rushed. And like I
Yeah.
just feel that there's like I feel like there's a weird vibe here that like I don't know. Like I'm not even gonna get into it, man. You can fill in the blanks. I'm not even good. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it.
Well, ultra running, or what marathon have you ran that you kind of then you liked, or what? Because I know you've done ultras, but
Yeah.
what about marathons and road races? What
Dude,
what
dude,
what
Marine
does
Corps,
John like?
Marine Corps Marathon, man. That's the marathon.
That and it's there in Virginia, right?
So yeah, it's like you go in DC and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 50th is this year. I'm doing that. Initially I wanted to try to BQ it, and I was doing so good earlier in the year, but
Yeah.
I got to see how this thing how this leg is going to hold up, but we'll see, man. My main thing is that I finished that 100 miler,
Yeah.
but I've got Marine Corps Marathon, and then I've got some like I've got another Marine Corps race, the historic half here. I'll be pushing my buddy in a racing wheelchair.
Okay.
So I work with Ainsley's Angels a lot, and I love
Nice.
doing
Yeah.
those.
I've heard
Yeah,
of them. Yeah.
they're amazing. They make me really happy. And going back to like the negative stuff with the running community and stuff like that, I think Ainsley's helps restore my like faith in the running community just because
That's
like,
awesome.
and I'm a caregiver too, so like I love being out there and helping people out.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me happy. But yeah, man, I think what I just want to do is just focus on races I like doing that are like local races, pretty much.
But
And like,
that brings up something very cool, man, because this year, actually tomorrow I start my journey. I'm gonna start my journey in becoming a guide. I've always wanted to do it, and I'm gonna start my training tomorrow with a. I'm not sure if you've heard of them. They're called Team Catapult, and they do a lot of guiding for blind people,
I guess
semi-blind, all these different things, and I'm gonna start training. So that's something that I hold very dear because it's running a marathon for yourself and finishing a marathon that you've always wanted. It feels great, but I feel that when you do it for somebody else
oh, it's
to
amazing.
help them get to their goal and see their faces and see the level of gratitude they have for you is amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I think, and I've never done it, but I can
Oh,
see it, and I know that's like the best thing.
it's very rewarding, and like for me, I'm gonna say it, man. I think running is a very selfish sport. I mean, you have to going back to family and stuff. I mean, you have to spend a lot of time getting long. I mean, just look at your weekly long run alone. I mean,
Hmm.
like that takes a lot of understanding, and like I felt so bad at times, like when I've had to like do stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
even during the run, I've DNF'd races or like not even finished long runs just because I'm like I'm such an asshole right now. Like I'm doing this, even though like my family told me like there's times when they say it's okay, but I mean it's not okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I've really struggled with that, but I think like when you're helping somebody else out,
Hmm.
you get the running aspect of it also, but then you're helping somebody experience, something that that you love also. And yeah, I
Hmm.
don't think there's any bigger reward than that. But yeah, yeah, I hope to do a lot more of Ainsley's races. I used to do a lot of them before COVID.
Yeah,
That messed up a lot of that stuff. I mean, I've
of
done a
course.
lot
Yeah.
since, but not as much since like before COVID. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love it, man. That's my life. But again, I know I said I want to do a lot more local stuff, but
Yeah.
I have to do the bucket list races too,
What's a
because I'm
bucket
getting
race?
old. And
What's a bucket race that?
Badwater is number one, and then
Hmm.
I've got just basically one I'd really like to do. I need to find a new revenue stream to do this one, but I want to do the Fuji 100. I
Oh,
think
I've
that
heard of them. Yeah. Yeah, I've
wow,
heard of
that
it.
it's because I went to Japan when I was in the Navy.
Hmm.
You know, it was amazing. I want to go back there and do a race. Yeah, basically just all the really cool ones that are out there. I want to start
And
doing those. It's time. I'm
100
old.
miler, is that like the most you want to do, or you want to do these 250s like the
So,
Cocodona, for example, the ones that are like have a lot more mileage in there?
well, the problem is, with my kid, it's hard to take like a
Yeah.
lot of time off, but like I've always wanted to do what's it called? Vol State. I
Hmm.
like because I've done the Barkley Fall Classic. I love Laz and Steve Durbin and everybody. So like I want to do Vol State. I love the Vol State runners. They're interesting people. I'd like
Yeah.
to spend some time with them on those roads and stuff.
Yeah.
But the pro I've been signed up for that race before, and also what's it called? The other one that he does. I can't remember the name of the other one. It's another like 300-mile race. Uh, anyway, I've been signed up for a lot of those long ones before, and I just when I either like I think I'm going to get in, I get scared because like I think family are going to murder me, or if I had a girlfriend, they're like, "Oh, the fuck you are! You're not doing that race."
Where are you going?
Yeah, you try selling that to a girlfriend. Yeah, I'm going to run 14 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing that, or you're going to be single. It's so like just the cool thing now though is that I don't have a girlfriend, so it's cool. I can do races like that and plan to do stuff like that. So that is a positive. But
Well, I mean, I'll give you a pro tip. If a girl says that you can't go run and be healthy, then maybe she should you should promote her to friend.
And now a word from our sponsor.
but there's more than that. It's I wish it was that simple, especially if
Right.
the person's a runner. That's where it gets even more complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like I said, I think it's just less messy to date somebody that doesn't run. That's how I look at it. It's just there's a lot of going back to egos. I think myself included, man. I think that runners are just kind of we're different, man. And like I'm glad you were able to work it out, but dude,
Yeah.
I have struggled mightily with dating runners. I don't think it works for me. I'm just
Well, one day you'll find something. You just gotta continue chugging along, or
well,
or
I mean, like, I'm a dance dad, man. I ain't got time to be out there.
maybe you can find yourself a single dance mom. You know.
I'm good. I'm good, man. That's probably that community is probably even more like messed up than runners when you think about it. Not no disrespect to the dance moms, but like I mean like it's pretty. You would think it's pretty tight knit like the running community, right? That's how
Yeah.
I would look at it. Yeah, so you gotta if you spend a lot of time with those people, can't be doing that, man. You gotta
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I was trying to give you some options, but
Nah, man. I gotta be careful, man. I gotta be careful.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, I was gonna ask about trail running because I'll tell you the truth. I am very, very curious about trail running, and I've said in different podcasts, most of the people that I've brought are trail runners
Mhm.
because I'm very curious about it. I really want to get into it. Probably next year where I'll dedicate more on that. But I am going to try to do one race this year, which is called it's called the Habanero 100. It's here in Texas. It's in August. And it's a 50K that I'm going to do, which everybody says I'm crazy to do that one, be the first one, because if you've never been in Texas, August is the hottest month of the year. And in Texas, when I say hot, it's not your 80-degree weather. It's 100, 110. So it's going to be very interesting for me to do it. But like I said earlier, I like to hurt myself. So I'm excited to do it. I love the heat to begin with. As like also
So
said, I don't like cold weather.
I'm with you. So like I'm like this, man. I used to kind of like winter,
Yeah.
being in Virginia, but the way we have winter now, it's stupid. Like we might get snow for like a weekend, and then it's
Hmm.
just like in between weather, and like that's the kind of shit I hate. Like when I went to Florida just recently, man, like I'll take the heat and humidity. It gets consistent, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But this bullshit, man. Like I'd much rather be in the heat now, and it's weird too because like I said, I used to love snow and doing
yeah,
snow races and stuff like that, but now I'm just like it's just too up and down.
yeah, yeah.
I need consistency, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. For just running weather to
Yeah.
races, I just need consistency in
Well,
my
come
life, man.
come to
That's all it
Houston,
is.
man. Come to Houston. I live
I
in
should.
Houston,
I
and
should.
Houston, we have hot, burning hot, and then fall and winter, which is mildly hot.
So, dude, the only time I've been to Texas, I was
Yeah.
going to help out a friend at Western States, and I think we stopped in Texas,
Okay. Then what?
like in the airport. That was it. That was
Oh,
the only
okay.
time I
So
went to
you
Texas.
probably didn't really. Did you step
No,
outside and was it
no, I didn't
summertime?
even. I need to do like a race there. What's the? I've heard of like a couple of really cool ones. What's that one? Rocky Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard of that one, and then this other one also that was really cool. I can't remember.
Well, if you wanna
But
really
yeah,
get a taste of Texas in the heat, look up for Habanero 100. It's in the summer. It's midsummer. It's in August. It starts at 12 midday, so it's hot. I'll tell you this: the first time I went to go help a friend of mine, crew, um, they have like 5 or 6 ambulances ready to go because
the IV hooked. Oh,
yeah,
let me ask you this:
yeah.
if you get an IV, are you DQ'd if you get an IV at all?
I think so. I think so.
Because yeah, that's a debate within ultra running. Because like a lot of the times it's an advantage, you know. So like if you get the IV, you should be DQ'd because like you have an unfair advantage over somebody else that
Yeah.
hasn't. That's just hydrating normally.
I
But yeah, I
I don't
always
think
find
I
that
don't think they should because at that point, if you're taking an IV, then you
you're
probably
you're out. Yeah,
yeah,
go to a hospital or something, dude.
yeah. But I don't know. I actually don't know about that. But they just have it because the heat is so unbearable, and they tell you like if you go to the website, they'll tell you to train in the heat
Yeah.
and make sure that you're acclimated to the heat because it's hot. It's hot. I don't think in any of the years that I've known the weather has ever been different than hot. And I thrive in the summer. For me, it's the hotter the better.
That's how I am. And so like that's one thing that's gonna be tough with Badwater. If I get in, I'm gonna have to do like a lot of sauna work because again, it's just up and down here, man. Like we don't get enough heat here, and I'm not gonna be able to go to Florida for like months to trade or something like that. If
yeah.
I could, dude, that's exactly what I'd do. I'd go to Florida and train, just getting that heat and humidity, and then I'd probably be just good from that.
Just wear a sweat vest, man. Put a sweat vest and a long sleeve and assimilate the heat, man.
I've done it. I've done that before, man. And people look at me like I'm psycho, but yeah,
It
I've done
doesn't
that
matter.
before.
Screw
Yeah.
them, dude. Screw them. They're looking at you like that because they see you do something that they probably wish they can do, but they don't have the balls to do it.
Or they think I'm an alien or just like a weirdo. Yeah, look
It's
at this
okay.
guy. What's he doing?
Tell them I'm from Area 51. They let me out one time.
Just go. Ah! Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it's definitely Texas. Well, depending on what part, because if you're more the northern side of Texas, they actually get snow, so it's a little bit different. But anything south, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, the Rio Grande Valley, it's hot. It's hot and humid.
Okay, I've got 2 questions for you, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay. No, there's no problem.
Your favorite Texas movie?
My favorite Texas movie. I don't even know if I have one.
Oh, you got to pick one, dude. Come on. At least one's popping in the mind. For me, it's No Country for Old Men. That's my Texas movie.
Oh, well, yeah, that's always a good movie, but I can't even think about a movie in Texas like that was filmed in Texas.
Oh, yeah, I got another one too. Dazed and Confused. Boom. There's another one right there.
Oh, yeah, Dazed and Confused was. I just found out that some of the locations are in Austin, Texas. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, the people.
Varsity Blues.
Oh yeah, or yeah, all those. What's the other one? I don't know if they filmed it there. What's that really good football movie? Like the sad one.
Sunday night, no, Friday Night
Friday Night
Lights.
Lights, dude.
Yes, they did it in around Midland.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And the backstory with that is crazy. Also, like they actually used that school, and like if you watch that 30 for 30 on them, that
Yeah.
was crazy. Like those dudes got in trouble and stuff, man. Like one of them went to jail. It's
Oh
just
wow,
crazy.
I did
Yeah,
not
one
know
of them
that.
went
I
to
need to
jail.
watch it then.
They
But
were,
yeah.
yeah, they robbed places, dude.
Oh
They were,
wow.
yeah, they were insane. But yeah,
It's crazy, man, because I come from I'm originally more from California, and football in California is popular because obviously a lot of professional football players do come from California, but nobody in the high school level especially, they're diehard fans like Texas football, man. It's
Oh, dude,
crazy
it
how
is.
football is king in town. You know, it's crazy. Like
Yeah,
imagine the movie Friday Night Lights. How people know the coach and the pressure. It's the same thing, man. Same thing, man. It's
yeah.
crazy.
It would suck to be a coach. I mean, it'd be fun, but like it would also suck to be a coach because like no matter where you go, you're always wrong. If you've got a losing season or something, I can only imagine the kind of like stress they go through. Just being like a high school coach, man, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and especially on these high schools that are known for their talent. Like when I lived in Austin, there's these two schools that are very popular. I think Drew Brees went to one of them, and dude, the level of stress that these coaches have to go through, you know,
Man,
it's got to be pretty bad. And
I can't even begin.
I like football, but I don't like it to that point.
Well, and that's the scary thing, man, with any like school sport or any kind of sport for your kids, man. Like
Yeah,
dancing's intense too. Like with my daughter, I mean, like it's kind of cool to see a different world because I didn't know anything about dance
yeah,
before. Like I knew like about football and stuff because like
yeah.
I liked it and I played a little bit when I was younger and other sports like track and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy how much like it's like how stressful like sports are now. And it should be a means to like teach them like discipline,
Yeah.
teamwork
Yeah.
and everything. But it's just like it's different now. And then on top of that, now kids can make the NIL money, which
Oh my God. Yeah.
that's a whole other like. It's just wild, man. This is a wild time for to be an athlete.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you ever saw it, it was on Netflix. It was called Friday Night Tykes.
I never saw it.
It's basically Pee Wee football. They follow teams from Pee Wee football, and they follow this team from San Antonio, and they're treating their kids like they were professionals, like the coaches, like they're yelling in their
That should be
faces,
illegal,
cussing
dude.
them. And
Dude.
I'm looking, and like the camera guys pointing at the kid, and the coach just tearing him a new asshole, and then pointing it to the parents of the kid, and the parents are like, he needs it. He needs it. I'm like, that's your freaking kid, man.
It's crazy.
It's bad. I don't know if that's why they canceled the show,
Oh,
but at the same time, I will tell you this team in San Antonio ended up winning the whole thing, and then they got invited to some league that Snoop Dogg did, and then they won it over there. So
dang.
I don't know. It's because that tough love just made them, much tougher. I don't know, dude. But if I had a boy and that dude, perfect stranger to my boy, is yelling him and telling, I would have probably,
Dude.
I probably wouldn't be in this podcast. I probably would be already arrested or something like
Dude,
that.
I'm gonna drop a name, man. I mean, like, so, like, did you watch that recent show on Aaron Hernandez?
Yes, yes,
So, like, I think that's the ultimate danger, man. Like, if you like push somebody like that has like a lot of like underlying trauma that hasn't been shared and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know who's underneath there, man. I mean, like, people don't. I mean, a lot of people don't even know themselves when they're
Yeah.
that young, man. It's just
Yeah.
it's crazy, dude. I think that he's like a real cautionary tale that, like, I mean, if I had a son and like they were playing football like that, I wouldn't stray away from telling that tale, man. Just because I mean that is some scary shit.
You
Dude.
never know, man. You never know. Some kids don't show, their what trauma they got, and then you push them to the limit like that, and sometimes that could be dangerous,
Yeah, like that scene where like they have him playing running back and Belichick keeps. Oh, holy shit, dude! Like that was. I mean, like I know people joke about on Hernandez and stuff like that, but dude, like when you see it like that, I mean, and then see the pictures of his brain,
Yeah.
like the CTE. dude, that's like
That guy was
disturbing, man.
troubled, man. That guy was super troubled, and I'm pretty sure if people took him a little bit more seriously, things would have been different. Maybe he something could have been stopped or whatnot. But you never know, man. It's crazy, and it happens in any type of sport because I was reading. I don't know if you know Molly Seidel.
Yeah.
She was talked about how Nike treated her so bad,
Oh, dude, that was
pressured her and whatnot, and then a lot of other athletes started coming out from track and field and body shaming them and making them work harder and her in her case it became a mental issue, like she was struggling mentally,
yeah.
and luckily she was able to leave and join Puma, which seems like it's a better fit for her. And I heard that ever since all these things happened, Nike really changed everything, and they fired or some of the trainers went to jail because of that. But as a runner, just because you're running, you can be put in a place, in a dark place, when you don't get the results, especially, and
Oh
and,
yeah,
and it could be bad.
with all that pressure. But it's such an athletes are so interesting, man. I mean, like I like to look at like Jordan or these like legend or like Reggie Miller, dude, like these
Yeah,
legendary trash talkers. Like
yeah,
those guys are like Teflon, man. Like I want that, man. I don't want to be like affected by stuff. Like they talk
yeah,
so much shit and
yeah.
like nothing about if they get it back, they're just like, yeah, whatever. I want that swag, dude. That's why I'm going for. I want to
That's
be
the
Reggie
power
fucking Miller.
power of competitiveness, man.
God,
When if you're a competitor, if you dish it, you have to take it,
yeah.
and
But I think
that's
that's the
usually how
thing.
it is.
For ultras though, man, I think that's for I always looked at ultras as kind of like chill, and maybe that's why I think that there's a lot of people coming to ultras that like really fast marathoners and stuff like that
Yeah,
that are just going in to crush the sport. And like the only time I ever really did ultras was just that fun. Like I don't care about my time for the most
yeah,
part. Like long as I finish, I
yeah.
try to have that kind of mentality. But there's a lot of people that are like trying to compete out there, and that's cool and stuff like that. But I'm more competitive like when I'm a road just on road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
But I think
it's
that's what I've
interesting.
gotten. That's what I've gotten from my guests. I've had guests from like my friend Art, a good friend of mine that is a very, very successful trail runner. He's won several races, out of town races, and but he also says, you do it for fun. Like I do it for fun. Of course, I have sometimes in races where I feel great and I can, push and win. But at the end of the day, I do it for fun, and I think most trail runners do it for fun. They do it because, one, you push your body to a different limit than a road race. And two, it's fun. You don't have to feel like if you walk a segment or run a little bit more, you're not going to be judged. In a 26-mile marathon, you it's not I'm not saying that it's frowned upon, but obviously you go with a goal to run 3 hours, 2 sub 3, whatever. And if something goes wrong, it's done, you're
Yeah.
done with the race. In trail racing, I feel you're preparing yourself for having a plan A, plan B, and all the way to Z if you have to, and that's the beauty about trail racing, which I like, being able to problem solve and not, like, again, like in road racing, once that cramp comes up, or it's
Yeah.
gone.
You have to go to
You
the bathroom.
you got to go to the bathroom several times.
Yeah.
It's your race is gone. You can't make up that,
Well, and
and
I think also like because road racing is so much more expensive in some respects,
yeah,
like for like I'm not gonna like pick a race, but like the high dollar ones. I mean,
oh
they're
yeah,
they're they're way more than like most trail races. I mean, those 200-mile races and stuff like that. Those are more, but you're covering a lot more ground and stuff like that.
yeah.
And there's
There's a
more
lot more
aid and stuff.
logistic. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But like I feel like for me, like if I'm spending like 500 or 400 or whatever on a marathon, like
yeah,
that's a race that you want to do really good and put training
yeah.
and effort into it.
Oh, of course.
What I've really failed in the past, like, and this is why I'm injured now, dude. Like, I would just sign up, like, hey, let's do this marathon this weekend, like, just like shit like that, and not
Yeah,
like, I mean, the fitness was there, but I didn't train for it. It was just fitness from doing like constant races throughout the year. So like, I'm trying to get away from that, but that's hard, man. Like to actually commit to like like a training plan. The whole time I've been running, I've never done that in my whole entire time. Yeah, I would just be like, fuck it, let's do whatever race, like that.
yeah,
That's just kind of how I was doing it, and yeah, for me now, that's probably why like I got injured initially, because I'm not used to actually like trying to like hit a certain time that I want, like a fast, like a PR or something like that.
Yeah.
And like and training correctly for it. Like my body's like, no, what are you doing? Why are you doing this tempo run? Why are you
Yeah.
working so hard for training?
Well, it definitely is a shocker to your body when you're not used to it. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, for sure, for sure. And John, I don't want to take too much of your time. Let's go ahead and before we finish it off, our previous guest, you are actually episode 25. I did not say that from the beginning because we started with a banger of a story about a bird. So I
Bird
definitely.
attack.
Yeah, a bird attack. So definitely a bird attack takes over intros and all that, man. So you are episode 25. Episode 24 has a question, and you were the lucky one out of the plethora of guests that I've had. Uh, Obviously 25 only. That you have two questions because my good friends Bill and Terry came as a package together. So we'll give them some time to ask the questions, and then we'll come back and you can try to answer as best as you can. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty. So we'll stay quiet for a little bit. That way I can know where to put the uh the questions.
I got you. As I was having, I was like, wait a minute. Am I leaving now? What's that? What's happening?
What's going on, man? Why are you quiet?
Bird attack.
Podcast got canceled already, man.
Yeah, we talked about too many real things.
I forgot that the government has access to your internet, man. That they canceled us right here, man.
Yeah, we're done. We're not surviving this, man. We're over it.
If that would happen, I'm gonna call you the Yoko Ono podcast now.
That should be my name normally, though. I should just be Yoko.
All right. Do you remember the questions?
I'm sorry, man. I don't. The whole. Yeah, I just got a lot out, man. Like,
no, you're good. You're good.
I forgot everything, dude.
No, you're good. The first question is, what motivates you to get up and train every day?
Oh boy.
Which I just found out you don't train. You don't have a training.
Well, no, I do now. I mean, like, so like.
Okay. So that'll be first question. I'll let you answer it. That way it comes out legit. And then the second one is, what is the worst race you've done and why?
Oh, I gotta talk bad about a race.
No, don't give race.
Oh,
names.
just my own performance.
Yeah, whatever you want. If you want to say a race, I ran a race. I'm not gonna say the name. This is why, but don't give out names. That's fine, dude.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So go ahead and answer the first one, and then the second one right after. Well, I'll let you. I'll let you know.
So for me, I think the main thing that's always helped me get up and want to do like a 20-mile run alone, like something horrible like that, is just the fear of not being prepared for a race. But it's interesting because I over the years have just used races for my long runs and stuff like that, which isn't the right thing to do, and I'm trying to correct that now. After 7 years, I think 7 years of running, I've been terrible with training, terrible with diet, terrible with lifting weights, like all the stuff I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Just not doing it right. And, I'm going to a PT now. I'm going to the gym now. I'm trying to get right.
And you're swimming. Don't forget about that swimming.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Swimming. Yeah. Swimming, cycling, the shit that I hate, yeah. So I'm trying to do it the right way. And, but to do all that shit that I don't want to do, the gym stuff, running 20 miles or whatever on my own, it's just, I want to be prepared for the upcoming races. And, I still want to do a bunch of races still.
Yeah.
I don't have as much time to do them, like I mentioned earlier, because I've got different priorities. But yeah, it's just basically to be prepared. And I think about what scares me is not being prepared on race day, or thinking back when other races where I trained inadequately, just doing a bunch of races back to back to use as training, just having a horrible race, spending a bunch of money on a race that I completely. I think that's the worst, man. If you're better than that,
yeah,
you're like, why did I dog that race like that when I spent all that money and just looked like a jackass? I could have done that much better. I blew the chance. That's the kind of shit now. Not at the time, but now I look back why did I do that? I spent a bunch of money on a race, probably fucked myself up more, and I didn't have a great time.
I definitely agree with you. I've that's the biggest motivation for me. If I'm gonna put in the money, then I definitely want to put in the time. Especially when I went to Berlin,
Mhm.
I told myself I'm not gonna go all the way, deprive
Yeah.
myself 9 hours of sleep because I cannot sleep in a plane, to show up to Berlin and then do a really shitty job.
Well, but
You know?
with that too, and I think that's why I want to do races like like destination races and stuff like that now, because like yeah, that's a motivator to get like like a trainer, like
Yeah,
a run coach and stuff like that.
yeah,
I mean, even if you even if you think you're a run coach or you're a certified run coach or whatever the case is, you're your own worst enemy. You're gonna be doing like your own messed up stuff, your own
yeah,
stuff. So it's good to have like somebody to like to tell you the right thing to do, because you're probably gonna lie to yourself that you can do something that you
yeah.
shouldn't be doing. So yeah, I
Well,
think that
and even if you get a run coach, a good run coach will hold you accountable.
that's what
I know I know
that's what I
my
was looking
run
for.
coach does that to me because like last weekend I did not do my long run. I just
Mhm.
did not wake up feeling good.
Yeah.
And so I decided, I don't want to get injured and make it worse. And he messaged me saying, "What happened to the long run?" And I told him, and then he's like, "Okay, that's fine, but don't make this into a don't make it into a habit." And then I thought myself, "Why are you lecturing me? I'm paying you."
Well, but that's
But
what you
it's
pay
true.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
So like,
exactly.
and I think it took me a long time to get that my head wrapped around. Like, oh, I've done all these races. Like, I'm not listening to some run coach. I've probably done more races than them. Like, but you need the accountability, man. I know
Yeah,
for me, like I need someone to be like, hey, don't sign up for that race. You're going to do something else that's more
yeah,
important. You don't need to
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
So yeah, I think it's just having accountability. The accountability for me, fear, accountability, and just taking, just wasting time. Time is the most precious commodity, and a lot of times we're wasting our time with family to do these races. So
yeah.
like you can't squander opportunities like that. That's how I look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And that those are great motivators because uh, you know, especially with your child, she's 11, she'll grow up and see what you're doing, to stay active and whatnot. And I think that's the best thing to do, when your kids see what you're doing. That's what motivates me. My 18-year-old, she sees me, go out there at 4:30 in the morning to get my runs before work and put in the time. And I think I'm making an impression for her. If it's not running, it's okay. But what I always tell her is like, you don't have to choose running, but if this helps you be better in life, be better prepared for your job, for school, you know, to have a certain way of doing things like I do, then I hope I'm helping you. So I definitely do it. That's my big motivator to be able to show my daughter that you can
My
do it.
daughter won't admit it. My daughter definitely won't admit it, but like I know that like her seeing me do running like has helped her like practice for dance. I know that's the case. I mean, like her mom did a lot of stuff, like does a lot of good stuff too. But like yeah, you know she won't admit it, but I think that it has rubbed off on her, because I mean
Well,
like
that's good.
yeah, runners are good positive influences for kids. Like they
Yeah.
see us doing sports, and then they're going to replicate that, for dance or whatever the case is, putting in that work.
Yeah, for sure, man. And let's get to the second question. I'll remind you. If you forgot, it's basically. I think this was Terry, if I'm not mistaken, my good friend Terry. What is the worst race you've done and why?
So
Everybody is waiting for your answer.
I'm not going to drop the name of this race. It's because I don't talk shit about races, because I know it's a hard
Did
job.
I
But
tell you that I'm also TMZ? So you got to drop names.
I'm not going to drop the name. But if you
I'm just
if you
kidding. I'm
if you
just
live in
kidding.
Virginia, you can probably connect the dots. But
Okay.
basically this race cost, it was a marathon. I want to say it cost $100
Okay.
or something like that. It was on trails, and it was very poorly marked. I got lost a couple times, and the funniest thing was like there was nobody working at the aid stations. There was just boxes of shit.
Oh
Like,
my God.
and most of the time it was just like gels and like a jug of water, and some didn't even have water. It was just like gels. And like I'm used to doing self-supported stuff.
Yeah.
Like normally I wouldn't care. Like I've done a bunch of fat ass races where like they probably treat us like much better than that. But dude, like if you pay $100 for a race, that's what pisses me off the most, man. If you pay $100 for a race,
Yeah.
there should be people at the aid stations at least help you out, or at least like somebody, and more stuff than just gels. But yeah, that was
Yeah, that's a shitty race. If there's not even they couldn't get volunteers, man, or what
I don't
happened?
know what the case was, but like it was pathetic. But then I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've there was 100 miler, and here's another situation. There was a 100 miler that I did that was pretty far away, and I drove all the way to it. Again, same. It's always that's always a common denominator. They can't like these races can't get like the ones that are struggling. They can't get volunteers.
Yeah.
They're poorly marked. Like they don't have enough people to help out to mark the course correctly. If you get runners lost and stuff like that, I mean that
could be dangerous, especially in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, I mean, you expect that on like a free race, like a fat ass race that like a club puts on or something, like just like a training run / like fun run.
Yeah,
but dude, if you're paying a lot of money, like some of these 100 milers are like $200-300, and you can't even mark the course correctly, you don't deserve to have. That's my opinion. You don't deserve to have a race, and that's harsh. But I mean, like you can't get.
Well,
people
no, that it's not harsh, man. Because I don't know if there is if it exists, but they should have a standard to where if a race can't do those things, then you cannot have a race.
Yeah, you know what's funny? So like, I'm not gonna throw out this other race, but you're probably already thinking of it. It's been in the news a lot. They were comparing it to the Fire Festival.
Oh, the one that nobody finished.
I'm not dropping any names. I'm not dropping any names. No, not Barkley. No, not Barkley. Barkley's cool. No, Laz can do no harm. Laz is awesome. Yeah, not Barkley. There was another race, but they were comparing it to the Fire Festival. And I think that to some degree, there's a lot of race directors that look at it like that. They're like, I'm going to make this fucked up race, charge a shitload of money,
and
not have the right
who
stuff.
Cares if the experience is not even what it's supposed to? Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of the times, it just speaks to how good the runners are and their crews, because they're basically end up like doing the race for the race,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're already trained and everything. Why not do it either way,
Yeah. And I think that's what it boils down to a lot. But that's like so messed up, especially how much these races are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me mad. For the most part, like the races I do are awesome, but like I hear about, I've had a couple of bad situations. I hear a lot of crazy shit like on social media and stuff. And that's the thing too. Like if you're a race director and you have if you have a messed up race and you're charging a lot of money, how do you think it's not going to get out there in this day and age? I mean, it's going to be all over the place.
We live in social media.
It's like dating in the community. Like if you got some fucked up shit out there, everyone's going to know about it.
Everybody's going to,
So yeah, don't fuck up your races, people. Get your shit together.
Get your stuff together, of course, man.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask, man. If I'm paying top dollar, come on. Yeah. I'm not gonna drop names of races because I don't do that either. One thing that I hated is I ran this marathon. It cost a lot of money. I go to their expo and I'm expecting to get a shirt because you get a shirt. Mm-hmm. I had to buy my race shirt.
That's messed up.
How
much was the bib to begin with? You said
it was like 200, 250 around there.
That's wild.
And then the shirt cost me $70. What? And then the race jacket cost me $150.
Did they charge you for the medal too?
Might as well, man. Might as well. But when I got there, I told them, I got my bib and everything in the bag, and I looked. I'm like, "Where's the shirt?" He's like, "What do you mean a shirt?" Well, most races or all races, I've never been at that point. I had never gone to a race. I didn't do that. So I was like, every single race I do, I get a race shirt, not always a nice shirt, but at least I get one,
Yeah,
and
cotton, whatever,
whatever it is, the Hanes or whatever the knockoff brand is of Hanes, And she was like, "Oh, you want to buy a race shirt?" No, I want my free shirt.
I bought my bib. I bought my bib. I want my shirt now.
I want my shirt right now, or I want a damn refund. But no, they that race that I'm not going to say the name. Very disappointing not to get a race shirt. I mean, at least that, but I heard now that there's a lot more races that are doing that. So I don't know why.
I'm like this, man. Like that kind of gets me. I miss. And this is old guy John talking, but I miss like before COVID. No, seriously, man. I miss before COVID. Before COVID happened, because I feel like now it's just so nickel and dimed. Like before, like
yes,
we weren't so like social media wasn't like The weird thing with social media is this: I feel like most runners feel like that they have to use it to get advantages that it brings, but at the same time, like, you know, it might not even be the best utilization of their time or anything. But I feel like now, because like the sport's expensive, and it's a way like as an ambassador to get bibs or like, you know, running gear, because like all that shit adds up, man. Like running is not cheap, dude. Like
No,
having
it's
a
not.
shoe rotation, clothes, you know, a freaking watch, the watch alone. Like if your watch dies, that's like anxiety immediately, dude. Like that's life-changing money, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Along with everything.
I'll sell my kidney because I need another watch.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know, man. I just feel like before, dude, like when I was training for like my first marathon, I had 2 pairs of shoes. I was just so motivated. Like I find it hard now to have motivation in this current running climate. Does that make sense? I feel like
No,
it's
it
just
does. It does. You brought up something very, very important because there's a couple races that I do that are not local, but they're close. They used to give Under Armour race shirts, awesome Under Armour race shirts, and that's the reason why. One of the reasons why I would do it because they were really good quality shirts.
Mhm.
And recently, in the last couple of years, they are now doing these race shirts that are not even branded. They're I guess they're made by somewhere. And one of my friends took out the shirt, wore it at the race, which I never do because I'm very superstitious.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
I only wear my race shirt once I finish it. I don't do it because I feel like if I don't even finish it, then why am I wearing it? So
Yeah.
that's just me. I guess old man talk as well from me. But this shirt, dude, I swear to God, he put it, and halfway in the race, the seams from the side,
Oh my
they
god.
started opening. So it looked more like one of those crop tops. He looked like he had a crop top, basically,
Well,
because he had
that
to kind of tie it up
I don't
so
get.
it wouldn't
Yeah,
fall off.
that's another thing too. Like the sizing for some of these. Like, what are you doing? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. Like the size. Like I don't know. I just don't know, man. I don't know. It's like
It's nickel and diming you, I feel, because they want to make more profit, and the way of doing that is making off-brand shirts that probably will cost you, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw out a number, $3 to make per a pop versus an Under Armour shirt maybe $6 a pop.
yeah.
So they want to find a way to lower the cost and make more money capital. So that's what I think. I don't know. I'm
No,
no
you're
expert,
probably
but
right, man. And that just sucks, man. Because
it
like,
sucks. Yeah.
yeah, the sport's not as pure as it used to be, man. And I don't care. I mean, they called me old John or whatever. I had a yeah. It was just like it was so innocent and pure. Now we're in the fire festival, Tinder, run group. You just keep going on with it, man.
The
You can
the
just keep
Jerry
filling in the
Springer
blanks.
of social runs, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's just like what the fuck, dude. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I'm
Yeah.
running by myself. I'm going to pretend I'm in 2017. I don't care if that's an old man talking or like
Hey,
whatever. That's what I'm going to do, man.
it's
Fuck it.
okay, man. You do you, man. You do you, and people can do what they want to do, and that's the beauty about this country. You can do whatever you want, man. And
Yeah.
if that works for you, it works for me. And I run by myself too, man. Like I said, it works for me. And whenever I want to socialize, I go on my Friday night runs with my favorite group and get that social bug out of me, and then go back to my running on the streets of mean Houston, where I always almost get hit, by careless drivers, and it's okay.
On their cell phones.
Yeah, actually, a
Looking for
funny thing that you say that, dude. Today, in the morning, I saw this guy backing up from his house, and I stopped because he never saw me. So I stopped, and the dude is backing out, dude, with his phone in front and
Oh
looking
god.
at it. And he's holding it with one hand and he's scrolling with the other. So how the hell is he freaking driving?
I'll tell you
And
you want to know what he was doing?
yeah,
So he found out that Tinder doesn't work that well for him anymore, so he was looking for run clubs. That's exactly what he was doing.
dude. And then the guy finally sees me because I got a big ass bright light in front of me. And he looks at me and I finally pass him and I look at him and I was like, but you got to be on your phone, right? You got to be on your phone. And the guy gives me a mean look and flips me off. Like if it's my fault. It's my fault that I got you off your damn phone when
Dude,
you're backing out.
I think that's a problem we're having in society, man. Like people want to be the victim always, and like even if it's something that they did to you, they're gonna someone make themselves the victim. And I mean like everyone wants to throw around words like narcissism and narcissist and stuff like that, but dude, like I think it's being human now. I think that people are just like that now. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. It's crazy. But I luckily I always when I see a car like that, I'm already very mindful, and I was like, I'm gonna stop because this mofo is not gonna do it, you know. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. People, there is entitlement. I think it's entitlement, you know, a part of it. But dude, again, we're past the hour mark. We already passed the sweet spot, as you said last time. What's your question for the episode 26 guest?
Okay, I'm gonna modify this. I'm not.
No. You give them the question, dude.
No, I'm gonna give the question. I don't. Okay, fuck it. I'll just do the whole thing. Okay, so what gel gave you diarrhea last? And that's a trick question because it was probably a hammer gel. So if
I love it,
I want to know. I want to know if what it was that gave him diarrhea and what gel it was, and it's bonus if it was hammer.
Okay.
I think it was hammer.
If it wasn't, they're lying. They're lying if it wasn't hammer.
They're lying their ass off. I will definitely, I definitely will let you know.
I want to
even before the podcast. You'll get first dibs. You'll get first dibs.
Rob, I need to know about their explosive diarrhea. That's why I'm here. I want details. I want to know what happened, what the porta potty situation was like, or if they had to go in the woods.
You know, I will do that. I don't know if I will be around. You know, this might get canceled after this episode.
I fucked it up.
Like I told you earlier, you're the Yoko Ono podcast.
You had such a good thing going, and you let me on.
Oh my god, I'm gonna regret the day I brought you in, man.
Most people do. You wouldn't be the first round.
Oh my god. You know what? It's okay. I do it for fun. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for views. I do it so I can entertain myself. It's this, believe it or not, is therapeutic for me.
You know what I was hoping you were going to say after everything we just said? I was hoping you'd be like, I do it for the free running gear. That's why I do it. All the sponsors. I sold out. You should too.
I'm doing it for the sponsors. I'm doing it for the clicks. I'm doing it for the babes. Every single thing that I just said.
Fucking sell out, people. Everybody in running, just go to a corporation.
People just sell out. Sell out. You know you want those shoes. They're more expensive now. Got to get them for free, man.
Bibs are expensive. Hotel rooms cost money. People sell out. You don't need to be pure in the sport anymore.
Not anymore.
Overrated.
It's being a purist is overrated.
Yeah,
listening to John, the professional sellout that he is. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I act like I'm like the paladin of running, but I'm really just fucking sell it like everyone else.
I guarantee you the hat and the shirt you probably got it for free from your sponsors.
No, Goodwill. I think actually, can I tell you something?
Yeah, go for it.
All my like clothes basically are from races or ex-girlfriends. Basically, that's my clothing situation.
Note to self: I should have gotten more ex-girlfriends to give me clothes.
No, you shouldn't, Rob. You really shouldn't, dude. That's dark, man. You don't want to go there.
So not only this podcast is going down the shitter, but with the advice that I just got, maybe my relationship will go too. Then
hey, Rob, don't listen to anything I'm saying. Just stay gold, pony boy.
All right, John. Well, I appreciate your time, man. I definitely had an amazing time. If this is the last podcast I ever do, it was worth it. I'm telling you right now, it was all worth it. I don't care. I have the recording. I will find ways to put it in different places. Whatever. It was awesome, man. It was worth it.
It was worth the journey, even if it had to end now.
Even if it had to end, man. I appreciate it, and you never know. Maybe I'll be in your neck of woods because I do want to do the military one, Marine.
Come do Marine Corps Marathon or JFK 50. That's a really notable race around here.
I'm trying to run at least a half or a full marathon in every single state. So I have not done. I've not done many, to be honest. I think I've only done like 6 or 7. Long way to go. So I definitely need to do one in your state. So we'll stay in contact, man. Maybe.
Come hang, dude. I'll show you a bunch of races, man.
All righty, man. Yeah. That's awesome. And I'll let you know how my ultra goes if I get diarrhea from a hammer.
In the heat starting at 12, don't drop the hammer, dude. Like, you ever see Days of Thunder? I'm dropping the hammer. No, don't do that.
No, I won't, but I'll keep you posted on that question. I'll be honest, before we leave, I do have to say that that's the best
Rob.
question that anyone.
No,
has
Rob.
asked.
It's gonna. I won't sleep until I find this out. I need to know this information. This is gonna help me rest better at night, Rob.
I'm gonna have to do a recording quick, man, because I don't have a guest yet. So
Oh, I can't wait. You're hooking somebody up for a good experience, a very positive experience.
okay. I agree. And I'm not even kidding. I think this is the best question because I like questions like
It's honest and it's pure, let me tell you. I mean, like it just cuts right to the shit of it, man.
For sure. Anyways, John, once again, I appreciate it. Before we leave, why not? Since you're a sellout, like you said, where can someone find you on social media to learn how to sell out themselves?
Okay, so if you go to Breezy Trailhead on Instagram, I primarily use that. That would be the best place to find the blueprint for just selling out your soul to anybody that wants it.
Yeah, and to be transparent, John actually reached out to me because he wanted to be in the podcast.
Yes.
And I know there was a reason. He's probably gonna get some sort of sponsorship out of this podcast. Maybe it's Hammer. Maybe it's Hammer. That's
no,
why
that ship has sailed. This podcast solidified. Well, actually, no. Hammer doesn't solidify anything, but I solidified that I will not have a partnership with them. There you go.
Maybe it's reverse psychology.
It could be. This is getting. Yeah, this is like. What was that movie about the atom bomb? Was that?
Oh,
this is like Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
You're going straight Oppenheimer, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I watched that movie, so I know my shit, man. I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, dude, I appreciate it. So, we'll keep a close contact about that question, and but who knows? Maybe I'll start a poll question and see what we get.
Yeah, you should find out the gel that gives the highest percentage of diarrhea, and I would say it'd be Hammer.
I'll put Hammer in there. I'll put other ones.
Yeah.
And see which one hits the number one spot. Okay.
The sweet spot. Nice.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it again. You have your good night, man. And thank you for coming, man. Thank you for being part of the podcast.
Sleep well, man.
You too, man.
Take care.
Bye.